The East Block has such a huge story to tell. My name is Brenda Peterson, and I am the Interpretive Coordinator for the East Block of Grasslands National Park. 18 highway south heading towards the U.S. border. Big sign says Grasslands National Park. But you have to be committed to come here because you're going to have a little bit of gravel road to drive on, but it is worth it. When you come over that hill, the grasslands just opens up to you, and that's all you see. Just grasslands. Land is near and dear to my family's heart and to my heart. Our roots are there. Those hills have those memories. My husband and I had 2 sections within the park, and we traded for land that was outside the park and grew our ranch just on the boundaries on the northwest corner. I get to work here in Grasslands to teach people the value of this land. Grasslands has so many lessons, and it takes time to learn them all. The Valley of 1,000 Devils got its name in the most innocent way. There's nothing devilish about it. My dad was the first reeve of the RM of Old Post, number 43. He had a secretary, and his name was Art Burton. Art Burton's mom lived with him, and Mrs. Burton was a very dear lady. As we always did when new people came to the community, you brought them down to the Badlands. So Dad loaded up Mrs. Burton and Art and all his kids, and away we went down to the Badlands. We were all running the hills, and Mrs. Burton's talking to my dad, and she said, "Ooh, Valley of 1,000 Devils." And my dad thought that was the funniest thing he'd ever heard. So it was named the Valley of 1,000 Devils from then on. Paleo is probably the oldest story that can be told here in the East Block. George Mercer Dawson found the first dinosaur here in 1874, surveying the border between Canada and the United States. Just happened to come along a Hadrosaurus. We have everything, like the big boys, like the Triceratops, the T-Rex. If you walk in the Valley of the 1,000 Devils, you see fossils everywhere. All you need is someone to teach you what to look for, because what you might think is a rock could be something very valuable. Right here in the East Block, you can see the line, the KPG boundary, the line between the dinosaurs and the mammals. You know, we had the meteorite that came into the Yucatan Peninsula. It changed the world forever. There's that little line of iridium. You can touch it, you can taste it. It's right here. So this land has all of that history. You have First Nations that were here and how they traveled for food. We have teepee rings you can find. We have drive lanes, processing sites. You can see the fire-cracked rocks. You can find the chips of where they were making their tools. The First Nations history is very, very long and lengthy, and it's still here. Then I think of the biodiversity. We have the shorthorn lizards, and we have the prairie chickens. We have all these cool animals that live there. They don't live other places. They like it there. I look back at how much I've learned since I started here at the park. You know, we just took it for granted. The land here, it has so much to offer. And if I can find one thing that a person is interested in, they will learn to love it as much as I do. And it's that connection that will protect grasslands now and in the future.